My article is Women Teaching Engineering BSTEM in Latin America. Women are working in areas STEM, but areas are engineering and perceived as male domains and scientists as predominantly male. The advancement in Industry 4.0 has made learning competencies in areas such as science, technology, engineering, and mathematics of great interest for technological development and innovation. Two myths continue to structure the generalized views in our culture about women in relation to technology. First, that women have little relationship with technology, that require skills that are either undeveloped or that are just not typically found in women. Secondly, many of them are afraid of technology. As a study made in 2017 concluded that men tend to use the internet more than women, which may to be as further related to this context. Traditionally, boys have been thought to be more talented in mathematics and technology, and girls more talented in verbal skills. So, the stereotypes associated with technology, physics, and engineering negatively influence girls. A study presented by UNESCO, women in Latin American STEM fields are very low compared with other continents. The lowest percentage found was for computer science, at less than 30%, and doctoral level computer science just 20%. Peru 31.9%, Mexico 33%, Chile 23.1%, El Salvador 40.4%, and Honduras 41.1%. And Chile, the Ministry of Education in 2018 launched the National Plan for Digital Language, whose objective is to promote the teaching of computational thinking and programming in educational systems. In Colombia, in 2019, the Ministry of Information and Communication Technologies and Education, with the program called Computers to Educate, had proposed to bring the teaching of programming through microbit to different primary school and secondary. Similarly, in Argentina, with the aim of promoting of education as programming and computational thinking in an inclusive way, a platform called Mumuki to teach programming. Bolivia, with Codemia, emerged a center where boys and girls can develop certain skills related to technology and programming. By example, in Mexico, an enterprise called Actons Education was created with the objective of involving and encouraging greater participation of women in STEM. Women researchers wanted to find tools that support the teaching of programming for the female gender. The same female gender has been motivated to create different material, from physical toy to frameworks. Hello Ruby created in 2015 by Linda Lucas, computer programmer, and would learn two girls programming through games and histories. In the book, Ruby is a girl, but Ruby is a programming language in which to learn to program. Linda met with a number of difficulties, so she decided to call the character Ruby. Another is Little Bits, created by Anaya Bitzer, an interactive artist and engineer. This is an open source library of electronic components in which prototypes can be built using electronics without any prior knowledge of electronics. Each block is represented by a color code. Green represents output, blue current, pink input, and orange wire. Here is another alternative in learning to program using physical technology, very simple and intuitive. Kibo Robot, created by Marina Beers, inspired by how to teach children from 4 to 2 years old using tangible interface, using the concept of block programming, but made of wood without using keyboards or screen. Kibus is a robot which must be programmed with blocks, physical or instruction, where each set of blocks is represented with its color. Turkley and Peppers describe a connection that a girl established with her logic programming environment, which is capable of understanding programming concepts. And a study may found that women may have advantage in executive tasks and disadvantage in attention tasks compared to men. Learning to program creates an emotion experience more so when learning to program they face problem solving. Now, understanding can cause a feeling of disorientation, and even more when they find their first mistake, it can trigger negative emotion which can generate frustration. One STEM project led by the University of Salamanca in Spain, which has begun to work on promoting STEM skills in Latin America women through various activities such as courses and talks from Pontifical Catholic University of Valparaiso, when begin to work in start learning, programming, and electronic and teacher of a school from Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and others. In this year, we made a course in the registration which had 124 residents from Chile, 98 from Colombia, 26 from Mexico, 23 from Peru, 11 from Ecuador, and 5 from Europe, and 3 from Costa Rica. Of the total 290 people were is a great interest for the teacher to learn basic concepts in programming and electronics. It was decided to work its way in activities that were increasing in their degree of complexity. It began with a workshop focused on transmitting the basics of programming, followed by 4 Arduino application workshop that had an increasingly advanced use of electronic components and programming language. Limitation, there are still determining factors such as the influence on family, school, peer group, media, and environment that can influence choosing an engineering career. Culture and social stereotypes as for them that can make all the difference. Is all. Thank you.